2025 is here and we are edging closer to the parabolic phase of the bull run. The past few weeks had everyone on edge as Bitcoin dipped from $108,000 to $92,000. Crypto Twitter was absolute chaos, a flood of bearish posts everywhere you looked. Meanwhile, we were quietly accumulating. If you've been in the game long enough, you've seen this same playbook at least 50 times in the last 2 cycles. You can't get those legendary 10x gains without some gut-wrenching drawdowns. They go hand in hand. As we approach the banana zone, there's still a little time left to tweak and polish our portfolios. In today's video, I'll break down the changes I've made to my portfolio and walk you through my updated game plan for the rest of this cycle. Before we dive in, let's take a quick look at the current market conditions, and I'll share my perspective on the price action we can expect in the coming weeks. Bitcoin is trading around $100,000, staying comfortably above the bull market support band. It recently got rejected at the $102,000 level, which has been a key resistance point before. If we break above this level, the next target is $106,000. On the downside, if we fall below $100,000, the next support is at $97,780. Bitcoin dominance has dropped to around 57%, while the alt season index has climbed to 59. This signals that altcoins are starting to recover and could continue outperforming Bitcoin if its upward momentum holds. The total market cap for others has been hovering around $375 billion over the past few days. If we break above this level, the next key target to watch is $420 billion. Lastly, funding rates across the board are green, indicating there's no excessive leverage in the market right now. Everything looks primed for a strong move upward. So what can we expect in the coming weeks? I expect Bitcoin to maintain its upward momentum. However, as I mentioned earlier, we could see a minor short-term pullback around Trump's inauguration. That said, it shouldn't be a major concern right now, as we've already experienced a significant pullback recently, and the market looks healthy overall. I've packed my bags for the banana zone, and I hope you have too. Alright, let's move to the portfolio then. As I've mentioned before, over-diversification can hinder portfolio growth, especially if you're working with limited funds. It's better to stay focused. Pick 3 to 4 hot narratives and stick to a maximum of 3 coins per narrative. Ideally, aim for a portfolio of 6 to 8 solid coins, plus a couple of large-cap safety nets to balance the risk. So here's my portfolio. First up, I have Solana as my safety net in the Layer 1 category, making up around 10% of my portfolio right now. It used to be over 15%, but during the recent dip, I sold some to pick up Popcat around 70 cents. Meme coins have been crushed lately, and I think a reversal is just around the corner. Once we get a respectable bounce, I'll be converting it back into Solana. I plan to hold Solana until the final phase of the bull run, and I'm confident it can still deliver a solid 3 to 4x from here. That said, as the market gets hotter, I'll rotate a small portion of it into smaller cap altcoins for some quick flips and to maximize gains. Next, I have 6% of my portfolio in Near. I'm bullish on it because it's not only a strong Layer 1 solution but also has potential in the AI space. I believe it can deliver a 7 to 8x return from here, especially given the increasing interest in anything related to AI. I plan to start taking profits around $35, which would be about a 10x from my entry price. That's the point where I'll begin to scale out, locking in gains while still leaving room for further upside if it continues to rally. Of course, I'll be watching market conditions closely and adjust my strategy if I see any signs of the rally slowing down. But for now, Near remains a core part of my portfolio with a lot of upside potential. I've got 4% of my portfolio in Ethereum. It's a small position mainly for airdrop farming. Speaking of airdrops, I'll be sharing a new airdrop opportunity in my next video, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I believe Ethereum will start to move soon, especially as institutional investors shift from Bitcoin and begin diving into Ethereum in a risk-on environment. I'm confident 2025 will be a stronger year for Ethereum, and I expect it to outperform Bitcoin. The whale accumulation chart backs this up, showing growing confidence in Ethereum. During the recent crash, I loaded up on meme coins. This cycle has repeatedly shown that meme coins tend to bounce back quickly after short pullbacks. I added Popcat to my existing holdings of WIF, MOG and Degen, and I also picked up a bit of Miggles. Altogether, they now account for 22% of my portfolio, and I expect this allocation to grow during the next leg up as the market gains momentum. In gaming, I've gone heavy with 2 positions. The first is Beam, a gaming infrastructure play. It hasn't seen a rally yet, but I'm holding on because I have strong conviction that a gaming season is on the horizon. When that happens, Beam is well positioned to perform exceptionally well. I'm expecting at least an 8x from here, considering its potential and the upcoming narrative shift in the gaming sector. The second is Echelon Prime, which has bounced back impressively from the recent dip, almost doubling in no time. It benefits from two strong narratives, gaming and AI, both of which are gaining momentum. Plus, a Coinbase listing adds extra credibility and exposure. I'm expecting an 8x from this one as well, given the narratives backing it. Most of the changes in my portfolio have been within the AI category. However, TAO remains untouched at 5%. There's a lot happening behind the scenes with significant developments on the horizon. I'm confident in its potential and willing to hold my position until it delivers. Patience is key with projects like this. AI agents have been stealing the spotlight recently, just as I predicted since the start of this cycle. If you've been following my content, you know I've been saying AI agents will be massive this run, and it's happening now. AI agents with mind-blowing utilities, like AIXBT and Cerebro, are leading the charge. If you're holding a project tied to this narrative and it hasn't moved the needle yet, it might be time to reevaluate. I sold my positions in Delysium and AI Tech because they weren't performing. When you're in lower cap altcoins, you're taking on higher risk, so you need to see higher returns. Looking at the previous run, most AI coins did well. Even larger caps like AIAS managed a 3x while Delysium and AI Tech barely moved. Since my positions weren't significant, it was easy to move on. I've now taken a position in AIXBT at around $300 million market cap. Let's see how this one plays out. It's clear the AI agent narrative is gaining serious momentum, and I'm excited to see where it leads. I've built a basket of low-cap AI tokens aiming for an average 10 to 15x return from them. These include Atlas Navi, 0x0, Spectre AI, 01 Lab, and AIXBT. Each of these has strong narratives or unique utilities in the AI space, and I'm confident they'll perform well as the AI trend continues to gain traction. Pendle is my pick in the real-world assets and decentralized finance space. I got in early at around $1.10, and I'm expecting a solid 7 to 8x from here. It's a strong project with growing use cases, making it a key part of my portfolio. I also hold some Goldfinch, and I've been patient with this one. It's already listed on Coinbase and backed by a solid team. I'm optimistic it will show some positive price action in the next leg up as the market turns bullish. Apart from the above, I hold 20% in Bitcoin, which I mentioned in my last portfolio update video. I use this Bitcoin stash to buy the dips when the market presents opportunities. Currently, part of it is deployed in short-term positions like Celestia and Superverse. I also regularly add to my Bitcoin position by clipping profits off altcoins during heated rallies. It's important to develop the habit of taking profits when things are overextended. This helps keep your emotions in check and puts you in a stronger position to weather any crashes that may follow. If you want to amplify your gains and make serious money in crypto, you need to take advantage of market crashes. I recently made a full video on how to prepare for market corrections and use them to your advantage. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It'll be a game changer for you this cycle. See you there.